emotion in those kinds of scenes. And maybe we can't do it like that because we'd be off mic and the audio quality would be terrible, but it's nice that you guys got to be able to see a little bit of that process.
Yeah, it is cool too, because like, I mean, every actor really does have a different process.
Yeah.
And even going through like the end of season 2, for me it was interesting. Like I've been acting long enough that I don't kind of hold on to certain things, but I was noticing that like, that first breakdown that Yuji has when Sukuna gives him back his body, it's such a short little scene, but it's so like visceral and intense that there's like prep work that goes in, and then you get in the booth, and then you do this thing, and they're like, okay, cool, we got it, we'll see you next week. And I'm still like living in this thing where I just like walk out, and I'm like, you feel bad, you genuinely feel like everything.
I feel great. I
know
just
you
get
do.
to be
I know
cool,
you
show
do.
up. It always feels great.
I know you do.
It's great.
But then it's crazy, like, so then you leave, and then you come back the next week, and you have to pick up right where you left off. But to the point of like seeing like you know, the PR images that were going around of like the Japanese actors and stuff like that. Like, it is an interesting process how to get into this feeling and get out of these things, and how do you make it real for yourself, and you know, what things do you parallel it to in your own life and all. It's just fun. It was such a fun acting experience.
Ask us a funny question.
Yeah.
What's on any project, what's the craziest moment you've had in the booth?
Right now. Oh,
Classic. I got one. I'll take this bullet for everyone. All right, so I use a very specific vocal spray when I'm not feeling so vocally healthy, right? And it's delightful. It's a bunch of ginseng, all these holistic things, but it tastes like poo-poo if it were by itself. So they mix it with a super strong peppermint oil, like a really like spicy, strong peppermint oil. It makes it go down nice. So I was in a session for, it was McDonald's. I was doing a bunch of McDonald's commercials at the time. But we
McDonald's
did
the anime?
Yeah, it's my favorite. I played Sexy Grimace. No, it was just,
You?
It was me. We were just doing commercials, but we do them remotely. The advertising clients are not there, so it's just me and an engineer. So the engineer's let me get ready, and I've got my vocal spray because I'd had a tough session the day before, and he's letting me run through the lines, and he's like, "Okay, you ready to patch them in?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm ready." So I'm mic'd up, headphones on, and I hear them click on in my ears and go, "Hey, Robbie!" And I raise the vocal spray up to my mouth, surpass my mouth, and spray it directly into my open eye. Like my body just stopped working, and they go, "Hey, Robbie, how are you?" And I went, "Ah!" And I threw my headphones off and ran into the bathroom, which is just adjacent to the studio. He left me on, and I start splashing water in my eye, but it's peppermint, so it's just making it worse. So in the background, they're just hearing, "Ah!" And that was it.
I'm loving it!
I'm loving it! Yeah. I finally came up with a funny booth story. It involves me being in horrific pain.
Was your eye like nice and minty afterwards?
It was the spiciest.
We like that voice. Can you use that from now on?
Yes, that's the one. I loved it.
I almost puked in the booth once, and in the same day left the mic. Okay, so we were taking like this B-roll footage of like a behind-the-scenes recording thing, right? Unfortunately for me, it was the day after New Year's, like New Year's Eve, and this was years and years ago when I still drank. And I was not having a good morning after New Year's, let's put it that way, right? And it was, they were like, "Okay, KJ, so this isn't a real recording session, we're just gonna recreate some of the stuff we've been doing in this project, right?" And I look at the script, all screaming, all yelling, right? So they mic'd me up, right? And all nice and pretty, did the hair. And they're like, "All right, KJ, we're rolling." And I started yelling, and I felt it start to come up.
Oh no.
It was hanging around here for like a good 15 minutes, right? And it was threatening to come up the throat. And right when we did the last line, I was like, "Hey guys, I'm so sorry. I just need to take 5 minutes. All right, 5 minutes." I ran to the bathroom, forgetting that the mic was still
No.
right. So all they heard for like a good 10 minutes was, "Oh God, please no. Oh God, please no. Not the studio bathroom." God, please get me through this. The worst part was,
That wasn't the worst part.
no, that's not the worst part. I had to pee before I leave.
Fantastic.
So of course I went back, and it was like quiet and awkward. And the engineer came in and was like, hey KJ, we're just gonna go ahead and turn the mic off.
Why did he leave you on?
Because I ran out. Like
Did he do it while you were peeing?
What? No,
Like you just feel a gentle hand turn off your mic while you.
No, it was after I got back. I apologize to everyone. Everyone's cool with it.
One of my favorite kinds of comedy are human beings bargaining with God on the toilet. I think that when it's you, it's the worst thing ever. But when it's somebody else,
Especially KG.
yeah, especially KG, and it's just a really bad poo poo or
You're
throw
supposed
up.
to be the strongest.
And you're
Ryan?
You're crying, KG.
I was crying.
how omnipotent being, save me from the doo-doo butt. That's my favorite. It's my favorite thing.
Schadenfreude.
Yeah. Not to have like another like kind of like bathroom
Potty story?
bathroom humor
Do it.
story. But
Do
when
it.
I was recording, so Star vs. the Forces of Evil, the Disney show that I was on. When I was on my third callback for that, it was in the studio at Disney, and I was recording basically the first half of the pilot episode with Eden Shear, who was voice star Butterfly, and she was by all meaning of the word, she was famous. Eden was famous. She was on The Middle, that ABC sitcom. Yeah, it was a great sitcom. So she was Sue Heck on The Middle. It had been on for like 9 seasons. I'm just a dude, and so I was going in. I was like kind of nervous. I'm like nervous to meet her. And when I met her, she was also kind of nervous. And that immediately kind of I was like, oh well, if she's nervous, then we don't have to be nervous. And I'll just instead of like thinking about how nervous I am, I'll just like tell her like, hey, don't worry, I got you. Like I'll take care of you. You know, like making her taking my focus out of myself and putting it on her, and like making sure she felt comfortable. So we start recording, everything's going good, and then every take we do, like every line, we kind of like do a little exchange, and we kind of like look at each other, and then they click off the thing, and they're talking on the other side of the glass in the booth, so we can't hear anything. So we're just kind of like, hopefully that was good, kind of like, we don't know what we're just trying to do our best. Then we're standing there, we do this like funny scene, and we think it's going good, and it's completely silent, and all of a sudden. And I'm like, that wasn't me. And I look over and she's like, sorry. Wow! I get super gassy when I'm nervous. And then she lets out the hugest burp. Whoa! Wow! And from that moment I was like, we're gonna book this.
Yeah.
He's like,
Especially if that was on mic, they want that kind of confidence.
Yeah, I was like,
To be fair, like that's a testament to how comfortable you made her.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, Ann.
Right.
No, what are you doing? Stop
Thank
feeding
you, Ann.
into this.
You know, I promise when we're in a booth together next, I piled that up.
The next time we're in a booth together, Adam, I'm gonna shit on the floor.
Honestly, I'm glad you're that comfortable.
Okay, good.
That's the rest of this panel. It's
That's
just
a panel.
jokes. So
Sorry.
PG-13. I'm sorry
Yeah,
for
yeah.
saying the S word.
Yeah,
I'm
no
sorry.
more-
You
no
get
more-
one S word in every
No more
PG-13
bathroom
movie.
movie. No more bathroom.
Right?
I don't know. Are these the
You
rules?
get one.
Okay.
Do we? How long is this panel?
We got a few minutes left. I'm about to jump on in and take some audience questions.
Let's do that.
Just
Yeah. We'll make them quick so you guys get a chance to ask a few.
All right. So I'll tell you what. I'm gonna just down here style, and if you're old enough to that, I'm gonna say hands.